Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. This is listed as a 1.14 preview because once again we are in the Bedrock edition of the game for Windows 10. This is beta 1.8 and I think what we're going to see in this video may just be the improvement of particle effects, which could potentially be coming to the Java edition of the game as well. Now in this video we're going to check out the new effects, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to do too much of a deep dive into it because it appears to be just a testing setup. But this world that we are in right now was shared by some of the Mojang developers over on Twitter. It was made by Alan1905, and if you want to find a link to it, there'll be one in the description box. You can download this for yourself and play it. So it's called the New Particles Showcase World, and in here we've got a bunch of new particles to be showcased. Let's check out the first one, which is called Linear Curve. And there you go. What, a bunch of smoke particles? Well, I believe Linear Curve is reference to the name of the behavior of the particle effects itself, not the ones that we see right here. That's going to get a lot more confusing when further down the line we have Smoke Puff, which actually looks like a smoke puff, but notice how different the behavior of the particles themselves are. They actually get bigger, and as they get bigger they slowly disappear. So I think it's just a coincidence that they've used the smoky texture for that one and not something different for this one. Anyway, one of my favorites is Mule right here. As you can see, a bunch of water bubbles are spat out into the world and they interact with the environment, which is fascinating. I mean, think of the ambient detail you can bring to the game with features like this. They are just floating around and bouncing off of things, and then eventually they rest, and after a while they will also disappear as well. Now unfortunately there isn't too much more into these commands at all. If we look inside the command block, you'll see it has test in the name, and I was hoping when we were opening this up that we would see a bunch of other parameters. So let's go and check out this one down here. This one is truly fascinating. It is called Sphere, and as you can see it creates like a 3D, almost invisible sphere, but on that sphere are the diamond pickaxe texture rotating over and over again. It looks really bizarre, and when you go inside of it, it disappears, and it just makes me think you could have a map with like a shield spell that you cast around another player. Really exciting stuff. And what I was saying about the command block a moment ago, I was expecting to open this up and in here see sphere, and then the size of the sphere, perhaps how fast the texture spins and what the texture is. None of that stuff is in the command at the moment. It just says test sphere. So I think it's probably in the testing phase, but what I'm really hoping is that this stuff gets migrated to JSON files, which opens up a ton of customization for map makers. This is where this stuff gets really interesting, but at the moment it's just speculation. It seems to be the direction of the game for most things at the moment is to allow the community to have more hands on how things happen inside of the game, which is really cool. I love that one. That's really nice. That's the spiral. Over here we have the water test. As you can see, it's not particularly exciting. Something going on rather rapidly inside of the water. Then we have Mob Flame, which I activated a couple of times and it just stayed like this for ages. So you're looking at a bunch of them stacked up into the same place. Over on this side we have High Restitution. Now that is very similar to the Mule one, right? Except those things keep bouncing and bouncing. And I wonder, does this actually bounce off of me, the player? Let's press F5. No, it seems to go through me. I'd love it if that bounced off of entities. That just seems like something you could have a lot of fun with. Oh man, my mind is brewing with ideas right now. Combo Curve, let's check out this one. Whoa, lots of stuff going on right there. That actually literally looks like a combination of two of the ones we saw earlier, right? Really cool stuff, and very colourful as well. Once again, the command though, just it's always a test. There's no extra parameters. Then we have the Colour Curve one right here. Pretty fantastic. I'm liking this. Then we have Cat Malrom. I probably saying that wrong. Whoa! That's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah, I'm liking this. And we have Bounce. And that's very similar to Mule, right? Let's just check Mule out again. And then Bounce. Maybe these ones are a little bouncier, but those are totally similar. It's all a little bit cryptic at the moment, right, as to what these things actually mean. So then we have Bezier Curve, the last one to check out. And there it is for you right there. So there really isn't too much else to say, right? This stuff looks really interesting. We'll have to wait and see what becomes of it. I am hoping, best case scenario, all of this stuff gets opened into .json files, allowing players to do amazing stuff with particles. One thing I would really like to see is the individual particles being able to be tracked by commands. For example, this one right here, when I press the button, it just gave me an idea of a mini game where you throw a load of these things out into the world, and the players in the game have to try and push and nudge them and get them to bounce into a collection area for their team. You know, maybe I'm getting a little bit too excited about this, but I think there is a lot of potential for this stuff. Just depends on how they implement it. And as of right now, we're not actually entirely sure what exactly is the fate of what you have seen right here. Is just in the testing phase. And of course, I will keep you up to date on what I learn about the game as it's being developed. But that's it from me this video. So if you've enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you soon with another Minecraft update video. Bye bye.